Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of two idiots answering your questions about the expansive Star Trek universe. The views expressed in this podcast are exclusively our own, not influenced by the Borg or a Romulan thoughtmaker. Trekkie and a half is not suitable for human children, but we assume Vulcans are fine. Grab your comm badge and tricorder, jump into Warp 6, and boldly go where no podcast has gone before. Thank you for listening. Live long and prosper.
Hey there, what's up?
Hi, welcome back.
To Trekkie and a half.
Sorry for the break we took. That wasn't intended. That was an
my,
accident.
My computer decided to pee its pants on us, but we're back now.
Could you not say your computer peed its pants on our podcast, Alex?
I'll say whatever I want to say.
Okay, well, welcome back after that short break. We missed you.
We did. We treasure our friendship.
So
our very close friendship.
Shut
anyway,
up,
what's today?
It's now February 23rd, 2018, because we skipped 2 sessions, because usually our episodes come out Tuesday and Friday. So here we are, the 23rd. So today, according to the credible and perfect website Wikipedia, the episode
good job.
by
A great and
name.
almighty Trekkie.
By any other name. Well, I might be a Trekkie, Alex, but I don't just come out like, oh yes, February 23rd, the day that the second season episode of Star Trek By Any Other Name aired in 1968. Which is what happened.
Well, what kind of fake fan are you then?
That's true, I am a fake fan. I don't have all the dates of when every episode came out memorized, and I guess that's my bad.
So TJ, I have a question now that we've established what today is.
It's intro time.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Did you like my segue?
Yes, I loved it. So smooth.
So I have a couple questions about Starfleet and like why people join it other than, they want to see the universe. Because, I don't know, it seems like a shitty job. You probably won't make it to, retirement.
What do you mean a shitty job, Alex? What do you mean?
Are you asking about, it's not a stable
They
career.
Probably have health insurance.
Yeah, they probably have health insurance. Health insurance isn't going to save you from getting vaporized.
Well, it's just like the military. It's like you enlist in Starfleet. It's sort of like all the ships are like USS. It's sort of based off of the Navy. Well,
they seem a little bit more, I don't know, it's nerdy than the military.
When you want to become a doctor in Starfleet, you go to Starfleet Medical. Unless you're Bones, and then you don't. But
wait, he didn't go to medical school?
No, he went to medical school. He went to a college in Mississippi.
Yeah,
because he's from.
I don't believe that man's a doctor.
Georgia, but he went to
Georgia
University to become
a
doctor.
But how is he in Starfleet then?
No, you can enlist. It's so you can be a doctor. It's just like the Navy. If you go, well, this is how I assume the Navy works. I'm a nerd. But if you go, you have a profession, he's already a doctor. You already graduated medical school. You just enlist as a doctor, and they're okay, right? That's. And
that makes sense.
You make the decision to enlist. Why do you join Starfleet? Because you want to explore. And I wonder
except for
if
in Bones' case,
where they you get benefits. I bet they have health insurance. Well, Bones, he probably is the whole thing with his ex-wife and his daughter and that whole dramatic thing.
His trauma.
his trauma. That's why he joined Starfleet, and he regrets it every day.
Every day he's on a floating tin can.
It's like, it really depends. Like, Spock joined Starfleet because
His
he's
dad?
a child of... No, because he's a child of two universes and he doesn't feel at home on Vulcan or on Earth. So, yeah, he joins Starfleet because he feels like he belongs there. Like, it really... A lot of how people end up in Starfleet, in, like, at least in the original series, like, they don't feel like they belong anywhere else. Like Worf, you know? Like, a
Yeah.
Klingon raised by humans. Like, Starfleet is where you end up if you're sort of considered, like, a misfit, I guess.
Oh. It's just the universe's ragtag gang of underdogs.
No, they're all
Except,
family and they all love each other, so that's
except
what's good
they're
about
not
it.
underdogs, really, because, they got all the Starfleet.
That's the
backing them
It's the
most of the time.
Federation. Federation is like a powerhouse. Like, when you join Starfleet, I guess if you're a human at least, like if you're not a human, that's like a whole can of worms that you have to deal with. Like, if you're not a species that's in the Federation, you have to get like sponsored by a Starfleet officer. So if you're a human, you're like, well, I could always join. Like, it's kind of like the military, I would assume, where it's like, okay, my options, I can always join Starfleet. And like, the reason that Julian Bashir joined Starfleet is because he wants to challenge like frontier medicine, and he wants to see what's out there. That seems to be like the theme, is that they're like, ooh, and I mean, unless you're Bones, but usually humans are like, I just wanted to explore, just wanted to explore the universe. Like, that's a lot of it.
And with aliens, they're just like, I just want to get away from this mess.
Like, no, a lot of, because there's never, like, especially in the original series, you don't get to see a lot of aliens because it's a lot of humans, and that's definitely a point that's brought up in Voyager with B'Elanna Torres when she's talking with, I believe it was Tom Paris, and she was like, I don't feel like I fit in. Well, this is paraphrasing, but she was like, I don't feel like I fit in here. And Tom Paris is like, what do you mean? The ship is super diverse. We have, you're like half Klingon. We have like Vulcans. What's up? And she was like, yeah, but we also have 140 like 4 humans. So we
Aw.
don't really get to see. Yeah, no, it's kind of sad. So we don't get to really see like the alien perspective as much as I would like. And with
I would
alien
love like a ship.
perspectives,
A ship that's just like full of all these different types of aliens, and then there's 3 humans.
I would
Like a
love
grand
that
total of
as
3.
well. Just a total of 3 humans. Because, like, especially when we get an alien perspective, like with Deep Space Nine, you get a lot of alien perspective. But it's all, like, they're not Starfleet members. Like, you could, like, for Next Generation, you have Worf, and you could argue Data. But I just, like, well, technically, Troy is, like, a Betazoid. But it's, like, I don't know, I just feel like we do get like this sort of human perspective on everything, and it would be nice if in the future we could have more. Like with Discovery, we have Saru, which is pretty interesting, and I like him as a character mostly because he's an alien and not a human, so I do have a bias.
Isn't there a robot on that show too?
Okay, so you and I, we only watched the first episode because of streaming
Reasons.
reasons.
And we're both very poor.
So I do feel like a bad fan, but I do believe I saw a robot. Well, it might not have been a robot, Alex. It could have been a cyborg or an android. But I couldn't, following the canon, which they don't seem to be doing, because like, especially with Michael Burnham commits this like coup of the ship, like this, mutiny. And then in the original series, there's a point where somebody asks Spock, like, hey, has there ever been a mutiny on a Starfleet ship before? And he says no. And following that, like, we've had this sort of thing with Data in Next Generation, where there's this whole big court case and this hearing to see whether androids should have the same rights that humans have. So
The answer is yes.
it's doubtful that in Discovery there would be another android. Well, the answer is yes, because they prove that he was in a relationship with us. So
I just know that robot, android, whatever, I just know that she had a robot-looking head and a human-looking body. And that's all I know.
do you remember that? I just remembered it.
Yeah, I
being,
remember it was like a quick glimpse because it stuck out in my mind because it was a robot with just a human body.
See, I haven't seen any, like, posts or, like, pictures from the show that
maybe she
feature
was just a one-off sort of thing.
well, probably.
It intrigued me, though, because, I don't know, I like robots. They're cool. I don't know why everyone freaks out about robots. Like, oh, you gotta watch out for robots being too human. I, for one, welcome our new friends.
Well, it's just like, especially with Data, like, he's trying to be human. And I always thought that was such an interesting, because there is a point where Data meets Spock, and it really is interesting, because you've got Data, who's a robot. Well, he's not a robot, he's an android, technically.
I got you saying robot now, though.
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't, because he's an android. And this is big, there's a lot of big difference, but there's a difference. And he meets Spock, and Spock is like, hey, you have exactly what I want, because you don't feel emotion. You don't express emotion. And Data is like, you have everything I want, because you have the ability to express emotion. And it's like this big
Aww.
thing. No, it's really tragic. Like, you can definitely see where Data tries, and then he gets the emotion chip, and everything spirals. Next Generation is a spiral, but so is every other series, so it's fine.
That's just how it be in Star Trek.
That's just how it be in this bitch of a Federation.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, the Federation seems really cool, and exploring seems really cool, and having a home. But at the same time, you could get vaporized, dude.
That's when you
still
sign up.
pretty
There's probably,
good.
like, so many waivers that you have to sign.
Although, to be fair, when you join the military, you could get shot.
Yeah, no, it's just the same thing. It's just like, well,
I don't know.
not
It just
the
seems a
same-
lot more sciencey. It seems a lot more like space and like NASA and stuff than it
Well,
does
that's like,
the
especially
military.
sometimes people forget that, like, the Enterprise, that's a fully stocked, like, Navy vessel. Like, there's a reason that, like, they get into, like, fights and stuff and they don't get destroyed. It's because they have firepower. And, like, sometimes it's important to remember that, even though the Federation, like, goes in and has the Prime Directive, which is like, don't fuck with people, but
Which gets broken constantly.
like, all the time. So, like, the Federation is there, like, hey, mind your business, but if anyone goes sniffing around, you know they're gonna get, like, bonked up.
Zapped.
They're gonna get zapped so hard.
And like, I don't know. I don't know too much about the Mirrorverse. I don't know too much about anything. But I don't know. I imagine that's where Starfleet could have gone, kind of the more tyrannical route.
Well, that's what the Mirror Universe, like, the canon of the Mirror Universe gets, like, really bonked up, because it's just, like, the Mirror Universe, like, it starts on the original series, and it's sort of like a fun tradition, like a trope, is like, oh, let's have a Mirror, Universe episode. So, like, the point of the Mirror Universe is that that's what the Federation is. It's like this like, they take over stuff. They, like, rule. It's like an empire, basically. Well, that's exactly what it is. It's an empire. So instead of having just, like, a
Like
group
Rome.
of...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Alex. Like Rome. Anyway. So instead of having just, like, this group of species that are, like, promoting peace and exploring, they're just taking stuff over. And they're evil, and they have beards. And that's what the Mirror Universe is about.
I hate the beards. The beards are the worst. They're like, literally, they're just, ugh. They're
What's wrong with
bad.
the beards, Alex?
I just don't like them. They make me uncomfortable.
Why not?
They just,
Why not, coward?
they're bad.
Embrace it.
No.
I love the Mirror Universe because it's so ridiculous. It's such a
No, I
ridiculous
love it because
thing.
it's ridiculous, but
It's
I
so
hate the
silly.
beards.
It's such a silly thing, and like every time they go back, like Discovery just did that. Discovery just had them this whole Mirrorverse thing, and every time I'm like, oh, we're doing this again. Like, oh,
It's buck wild.
here we go.
Like, it's just, I don't know. I like that whole alternate universe thing.
It's just
so that makes me
everyone's
happy.
a pervert and everyone's mean in the Mirror Universe. Unless you're mean, and then you're not as mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't know
After
if
I got
everything's
angry-
opposite.
After I got anchor arms, now I'm a jerk and everyone loves me. That's basically the Mirrorverse.
I used to be a wimp.
So, TJ,
Uh-huh.
what do we got in our fun Yahoo verse? like
In
the
our sweet
Mirrorverse, but like
get
it's just full of everyone's a Yahoo question user in that universe.
Okay, that's a good question. So here we have another question, equally as good, by Yahoo user. By the way, we usually only do Yahoo questions if we don't have any real questions from real people. So if you listen to us and you follow us,
Please
and you
ask
have
us questions.
literally any questions about Star Trek, be a chum and email
Literally
us.
anything.
Literally, I'll answer anything. I have no dignity, I have no self-respect, I have nothing left to lose.
We are begging you for
I
this
am.
good content.
Picture me, close your eyes. I'm on my knees. I'm in front of you, and I'm wearing like a really good Spock cosplay. And I'm crawling towards you on my knees. I'm like, and this is what I say. Please.
Please give us questions.
Please give us questions.
Please give
so
us
you
questions.
can email us at trekkie.5@yahoo.com. It's just spelled no capitals, no funny business. trekkie.5@yahoo.com. And I will be eagerly awaiting, even if you just want to hit us up with suggestions or whatever.
Or maybe you just want to chat, you know.
You just want to talk to us.
You just want to have a nice conversation with us, you know.
And just talk about the weather.
You know, let's talk about Star Trek weather together.
Anyway.
Space storms.
Shut up. First question is by Nas F user on Yahoo. And the question is...
That's a good name.
Dreams about Star Trek.
Oh no.
The more information is, I often dream that I'm aboard the original Enterprise on an important mission. Can't remember much, except that Spock is my best buddy. He holds up
I'm sorry.
Let me finish.
No.
He holds up a test tube to Kirk to explain something that's happening out in space. I observe her and help him with this. Uhura and Yeoman Rand, whoops.
Who?
Are on the bridge, but not Sulu or Chekhov. And this is long before the new movie. What do you think these pleasant, in all caps, pleasant dreams might mean?
Alright, that's a lot to unpack. First of all, is this a repeating dream? Is this a reoccurring dream? Maybe you should talk to someone about it.
It says I often dream.
Yeah, maybe you should talk to someone about that. Well, first of all, where's Bones? He's usually tooling around on the bridge.
on the bridge, not doing his job.
Yeah, you know, falling over a lot because he doesn't have a chair because he doesn't belong up there.
He doesn't. They're like, Bones, why are you even, like, they don't, here's the thing, Kirk and Spock don't say anything. They just let him be there because they're like, oh.
That's our boy. That's our good medic boy.
He's lonely.
It gets lonely down there in the medical bay, sick bay.
Sick bay.
It gets lonely in the sick bay. So maybe. Oh no. Maybe Spock's holding something of yours in that test tube. He's trying to tell you something.
Explain. Okay.
Does it say the color of the test tube real fast?
It says he holds up a test tube to Kirk to explain something that's happening out in space.
Well, maybe it's a space plague, first of all. And Spock's trying to explain to you that you're gonna bring about the end of the universe somehow. Or he's trying to tell you you're not able to have kids, or maybe you got a blood disease.
This dream is your body subconsciously telling you that you're infertile.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
It's all these repressed... Here's what's interesting, Alex.
Maybe you should go to the doctors.
I have some thoughts. First of all, there's this thing where it's like your brain, all the time you're awake, your brain is processing and storing information that even you don't know about subconsciously. So that when you dream, a lot of the times dreams are like prescient, or they come true, or they are freaky, is because
You're telling me this man is going to end up on a Star Trek ship.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. Your brain takes all that information it has stored and it uses it to predict what's going to happen based on what's already happened. And that's where your like creepy dreams come from. So what I'm saying is this dude subconsciously
Subconsciously what?
is has absorbed all this information where he knows that in the future he's going to be
A
on
Star Trek man?
in Star Trek, the real Star Trek.
Here's what I think.
Okay.
I think it's just the beginning of a freaky sex dream. And he just
but he just never finishes it.
Yeah, he keeps waking up, or just straight up doesn't remember the rest of the dream because he's had it so many times.
Well, he does say pleasant, like
yeah, like pleasant.
Pleasant
you got,
in
like,
all caps dreams.
You got some of the nicest original series members on that ship with you. In that bridge with you.
Yeah, so it would be Spock, Kirk, Uhura, Rand, Sulu, and Chekhov. Oh wait, no, but not Sulu and Chekhov. So it's Spock, Kirk, Uhura, and Rand. Are the participants.
That'd be quite a dream.
You'll notice is 2 men and 2 women.
Maybe
our question asker.
Oh, dude, maybe it's his dreams telling him that he's getting older. He hasn't found like a loving partner yet.
Oh, so he has to choose.
Yeah.
That he's got to make the decision, like, what do you want? Who's going to complete you? Is it going to be, like, think about it, Spock, Kirk, Uhura, Rand? What the type, the personality type? Spock,
they're all sort
cool, level-headed logic. Kirk, spirit and emotion and being great. And Uhura, just badass and perfect in every conceivable way. And you've got Rand, a strong personality, strong opinions, who's also beautiful, but not Sulu. Like, this is your brain saying, listen, man, you gotta know what you want. And that test tube, test is you.
And Spock is gonna chug it in your next dream.
And Spock, one day you're gonna have a dream.
Also, you're not fertile anymore.
Also, you're not fertile. Listen to your brain. Listen to what your brain's telling you. Your brain is using Star Trek.
Also, maybe you're just a giant Star Trek nerd. You ever think of that? Maybe you just absorbed like some episode that's your favorite, where Spock's like figuring something out in space, and maybe you just don't remember watching that episode. Have you ever thought of that, buddy? Have you ever thought dreams have no meaning? Life has no meaning? We all die someday. You're infertile.
Oh my god! That's not the spirit of Star Trek.
I think it's the spirit of Star Trek. Think of how many characters die in that series.
Yeah,
so many.
Those are
life
red
is
shirts
fleeting.
And they don't matter. Those are
Eat
red
the
shirts
rich.
and their lives don't matter.
Your government. Can I say that?
You can't.
Oh.
You can't say that, actually. I'm gonna have to fix that in post.
Oh, no. Oh, no! I've committed podcasts.
I just think if I could have Star Trek dreams every night.
You basically do.
Do you know what? That's true. Also,
what are your Star Trek dreams about?
It's mostly I'm the captain and everyone's dying and getting sick and I have to fix it, but I don't know how. So a lot of fun, and Bones is there and he's yelling. And also
that sounds stressful.
I'm making
with
out.
Who?
Here's the thing. I'm making out with Kirk, but I'm also making out with everyone else. It's me. Here are my Here, you wanted to know about my Star Trek dreams, Alex. So it's me, and we're in the Enterprise, and I'm sitting there. Barbecue sauce on my titties.
Yammick sauce.
I'm Romulan ale all over my titties. And
this is not a kid's show.
I'm sitting on the console, and Spock comes up to me, and he has a test tube.
Oh no. Where's he gonna put that test tube? Where's he gonna put it?
The test tube is actually full of flavored lube, and
he downs it like a shot.
And he just drinks. Anyway, so moving on from this,
no, you can't just leave me hanging.
No, it's over. The bit is done. The bit is done.
No.
Don't say leave me hanging. Like,
I was invested.
don't say that. You're like, oh, I didn't even get to nut.
Don't flatter yourself.
Oh my god. Dreams about So, like, what I'm saying is, Alex,
Hmm.
if you were here, like, what would you, like, if you were aboard the original Enterprise
Yeah.
on the important mission, what kind of dreams would you have about Star Trek?
What kind of dreams would I have about Star Trek? Well, probably a lot of me messing up slight social cues and then freaking out about it. Like maybe I'm in a diplomatic situation with Kirk, Bones, Spock, the whole gang, Uhura, maybe Chapel is there. I don't know. Like, and they have to save my ass. Because that happens a lot in my dreams.
Here's a thought.
Hmm.
What would you, if you were in this position where you were on the Enterprise, like in real life,
Yeah.
and you're doing this thing, what would you want to have? Like, in your situation, like, what's your ideal self-insert
What's my
moment
ideal self-insert
for
moment?
for Star Trek? What would you want to happen?
Well, can you give me like an example of yours first?
I punch a nerd in the face and I make out with a Klingon. Your turn.
Ooh, I'd like to be in like the holodeck with someone.
Ooh,
I don't know
no,
who
that's a good
because like
one.
I really just like the idea of the holodeck and like I can visit anytime, any place. I can like go to like the medieval times and play around with swords with like maybe Worf or something. That'd be fun.
Oh my god, that's
Or
really
like
good.
hang out with Kira in the holodeck and Dax maybe.
See, because one of the complaints about, like,
Yeah, yeah, getting in a sword fight with Dax in the holodeck. That's what I want to do. Also, I'm a navigator because navigators are cool.
Actually, is that your dream job?
Yeah.
Is to be a navigator?
I mean, not in real life because I'm too dumb to do that, but I
No,
figure
I
Star
mean,
Trek
like,
me
in
is...
Star Trek universe.
Yeah, Star Trek universe me, that's my dream job.
No, I
is
think about that a
navigator.
lot because, like, if Star Trek was real, I'd want to be a space doctor. Like, but I have no desire because humans, I already know what's inside there and I'm not interested. But with aliens, like, if aliens were real, hell yeah, I'd be a space doctor. That sounds dope as hell. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I was gonna say that a complaint, one of the more like common complaints about Next Gen is that they rely on like there are too many holodeck episodes. But I'm saying if you've got the resources, just do it.
Yeah, like, honestly, it'd be so much fun. It'd be so much fun, like, just playing around with no consequences. Like, let me be, like, a feudal lord for a day.
Alex, there are always consequences.
Oh yeah, no, I could get stuck in the holodeck. There's plenty of that.
And the holodeck
But like,
tries to
I'd be
kill
like
you.
Bashir with his little secret agent program,
He-
or
he's
like
so
that one
pure.
episode of Next Generation when they're on a pirate ship.
I think about the pirate. There's just the pirate ship. There's the I don't know. I think it's well. There's so many to choose from. I like the episode where Geordie LaForge and Data play Sherlock Holmes, which happens sometimes, and it's
That's
actually
adorable.
great. No, they really are. They're actually perfect and wonderful in every way. So, like, I think that the holodeck is really like a rich vein for some good shenanigans. Like, you can see in like the only shit like I keep saying like, and I feel so bad.
It's
But, like,
okay. We're
the original series, you know.
we're youngins.
But Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, I keep saying Next Gen too, I feel like a douche. But Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, well, actually, the thing with Voyager is that they had, like, a character that was a hologram. So for
Aw.
him, it's not a game.
Yeah,
No,
he
but,
could
like,
real life die.
he, like, developed feelings too. It was wild. It was absolutely, absolutely wild.
So yeah, that's my dream Star Trek scenario. I'm a navigator in the holodeck with Dax having a nice sword fight.
With Dax having a sexy sword fight.
You know, as one does.
I feel like we'd all love that opportunity.
We would, unless you're one of the rare people who don't like her. What are you doing? You should
If
be
you
put
don't
to
like,
death for that.
okay, here's the thing. That's the thing. Like, if you don't like, if you watch Deep Space Nine, which you totally should, you don't even have to watch like them in order. If you just watch,
You kind of
that's-
do, but that's okay.
you super don't. Listen, you can watch next. People ask me this. They're like, where do I start? First,
Who
like,
asks you this?
you can start anywhere. Alex, shut up. Second of all, it's like, can I watch Deep Space Nine or Next Generation or Voyager? I'm not going to say Enterprise because you should actually, you can watch Enterprise if it suits your fancy. But the series that I recommend to people is like Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, whatever, Voyager. Well, obviously in the original series too. But you can watch any of those series on their own. You don't need to watch them in chronological order, or you don't need to watch all the movies, but you should. But you don't need
Unless
to.
it's a part 1, part 2 episode.
Well, well, yeah, I just mean like the series in general, Alex.
Oh.
Not like individual episodes. You should probably watch all the episodes to know what's going on. But like, you can just watch it. So like, anyway, Deep Space Nine. If you don't like Jadzia Dax, you're the worst person. If you don't like Ezri Dax, I'll listen to your reasons. But Jadzia Dax is an epic character.
So what's our next question, TJ?
Oh, are you ready? Are you ready for the next question?
I'm so ready. Give me this question. Give me this good question. Who's it from?
Well, it's a Yahoo question because
All our questions are Yahoo questions right now, TJ. Please send
That's
us
true.
questions.
it's please. It's
Please, we're
from
dying.
Yahoo user Larry-3.
I'm sorry, that's me. I thought you were about to say Larry Bird.
Alex, this question has about 50 questions in it. So I'm going to go
so
through.
let's pause at the first question.
No. Yeah, I'm going to go through one by one, and all the ones
right.
we can answer, we'll answer, and all the ones we can't, we can do a hard pass, because some of them are probably going to be like physics questions, and I don't need that math in my life.
Yeah,
So
I never took physics. It seems too hard.
So we're just gonna go through. So the first question, which is the title, obviously, because they all have a title, but it says, "Does everyone walk around texting on the Enterprise from Star Trek?"
Yes.
Okay.
But they're mind texting.
They're what?
They're mind texting.
What does that mean?
The telepaths are texting people in their minds.
There's
so
not that many telepaths, Alex.
There's a few. So those guys are always texting. And the other people, if they're not talking to someone physically, they're probably on their comm badge, which is sort of like texting with talking.
You can't do that. You can't just, here's the thing, the comm badge is like, Bashir to Cisco, or like whatever to whoever. Like, you can't just be like,
that
you
points
can't
out
just
an
have
interesting thing. They don't really use the word texting. They don't really use like pads to text. Is
But
texting
here's
even
what I
a
mean.
thing?
Could you? Because pads
Could
are
you?
basically big smartphones.
That's true.
Like, for all your documents. So, I mean, like, if
I
they
mean,
have...
yeah, because there's emails and stuff, so why wouldn't there be texting?
Wait, there are email... Wait. Well, I mean, obviously you can send messages through, like, the computer and stuff.
Yeah.
That's just a given. And then the comm badges, but I'm saying, like, do the pads have, like, stuff where you can just, like, a messaging app?
I don't see why not. I feel like it's a normal amount of texting, and you just don't ever see it happen because that's bad TV.
Or they don't want to text on the bridge because they don't want to get chewed out by, like, Kirk. They're like, oh no,
No,
like,
are you
the
kidding me?
boss.
Kirk would take Snapchats on the bridge.
Kirk's just out here, like...
Dog filter on.
We out here. Dog
out
filter
here.
on, being a thought, texting, like, Snapchatting.
He turns the camera on Bones and like puts some like dumb filter on him, like the one that makes your mouth really big.
Yes, I really think that, like, he would text Bones, and Bones would be like, I am 2 feet away from you. I'm going to take that phone away from you.
I really wish there was texting on the Enterprise now. Like, I wish they showed it. Like, I know
Well,
it happens because it's future.
In the 60s, they couldn't have,
I mean,
known.
they predicted Skype.
But I mean, they did predict Skype. You got me there. But I mean, like, with Discovery, it's like, really, you guys couldn't have thrown us a bone? Make them text. Make them... Like, Snapchat, listen, Snapchat will never go away. Snapchat is forever.
Snapchat is forever.
That in Starfleet Academy, there are no, like, Instagrams. There's no
Are
Twitter.
you kidding me? Uhura has the flower filter on lock.
Like, that's so fake.
Future Tinder. Kirk's out here.
Alright, moving on. I would love to talk about this for, like, literally ever, but there are so many goddamn questions. I have a few questions about the Enterprise from Star Trek.
A few.
We know, buddy. A few, meaning that he, like, sat down, had himself a good think, and
Got
batted him
himself
out.
a coffee, like in a caffeine fueled, probably ecstasy fueled like haze. He's just frantically typing this out like
He watched one episode of the original series and he was like, "Oh, explain."
America explain.
Where are all the windows?
Uh, e- excuse me?
Where are all the windows?
You can't have windows in a spaceship. That's how the radiation gets in.
Actually, I think
They have like viewing screens for a reason.
yeah,
They
they
don't.
have viewing screens. It's like
Yeah,
a
it's not like a window. It's a
like
viewing
a
screen.
glass window in space.
I mean, like DS9 has like a few windows, but that's just because they're like a station.
I feel like they have, well, their space station can move, but so it's
Whatever.
like,
All
but
space stations can move. It's in
that's an
space.
accurate point. I
Have
think
you
that
ever heard of the ISS?
no.
It's the International Space Station. It moves all the time. It literally rotates our Earth, TJ.
No, I feel like
Yes, it does.
where are all the windows? Not there, because like
One,
why?
it's
Also,
a
why would you need windows? Like, what is there to see outside?
one. It's a waste of glass. Two, you'd have to radiation proof those things. Three, there's no reason. It's just space. Go to a viewing screen.
See it
Go
all
to
the
the
time.
bridge if you want to see outside. It's literally, there's no light. There's nothing half the time, especially if you're on the Enterprise, because you're just going through space, seeing if you can find anything.
Okay.
I'm so angry about this question.
Okay, it gets better.
Where's the windows? Shut
gets-
up.
it
Shut the
gets-
fuck up.
Actually better, but you have
What's
to
this
bear with
dude's
me.
name again? Larry? Fuck
It's
you, Larry.
Larry-3.
Fuck you, Larry.
Where is its fleet support?
A call away. Literally, they're not a fleet. The Enterprise isn't a fleet. I know this. They're an exploration vessel.
Yeah, so they don't just have like they don't travel in groups. It's like I'm
And
here.
also, like, if you're talking about where they store their fleet, I'm pretty sure that's Yorktown, right? At least
Well,
in the movies.
in the new movies, like
And I'm
obviously
guessing
Yorktown
in,
is,
like, the regular
Starfleet
one.
Central.
I'm guessing in like the regular series, it's just like on Earth or like
Yeah.
something like it.
They usually just say Earth, and then
Yeah.
like here's the thing, like when they get into trouble, they're like, oh, the closest Federation ship is like an hour away.
90 light years away.
So like I don't know, it's just not like a thing. Where do the crew keep their data pads if their uniforms do not include pockets?
They probably have a little strap, like a holster on the side. Have you ever seen those like phone holsters? Because my dad has one.
No,
and they
because I don't
they
think
snap
so.
onto the belt.
I don't think they have those.
I think they just carry them, or like they stuff them in
A
like
valid
the
question.
you know the I don't know what to call it. The top of your pants that keeps the pants on you.
Alex,
They just stuff it in there.
they just
Like
stuff it.
it's touching the skin, but that's okay.
Oh, you mean like how like you mean like in the waistband of your pants you
Yes, waistband. That's the word.
like put stuff in there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Or maybe
actually
they
pretty
have
smart.
like hidden pockets.
This is if the holodeck is meant to create hard light, how does it create snow? It's fake snow.
Yeah, it's fake snow. End of story. It's fake snow.
It's fake
Idiot.
snow. What does that even mean?
They just have fake snow in there, idiot.
It's like fake. It doesn't have to be like. Here's the
I
thing.
hate this
It doesn't
dude.
even have to be fake real snow. It can be fake snow. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
as long as the temperature control in the holodeck is cold, it could be like cotton balls, and it wouldn't even matter. So
You
like,
wouldn't even be able to tell.
so how's that, buddy?
How does the holodeck do anything?
How
Checkmate.
does It's not
you,
real.
Larry-3.
It's not real. All right,
Give me that
ready?
next question. Yeah.
This is where are the hallway access panels?
Excuse me?
Where are the hallway access panels?
What does that even mean?
Okay, so here's the thing that bothers me about this. Obviously, they just watched the original series, and in the original series, they don't really play around with the ship that much. A lot of the stuff that goes down is like outside or in the, the bridge or something. So they don't really play around in like the hallways or any other part of the ship that much just because that's how it turned out. But in, like, Next Generation, where you see, like, LaForge messing with panels and stuff, or in Deep Space Nine, where you see them messing with panels, or definitely in Voyager, because everything's going to shit in Voyager. So, like, the hallway access panels, they're there. You have to, what do you mean? Just because they're not, like, open.
Yeah,
Like,
they probably like painted over them.
I'm gonna say that the hallway access panels are in the hallway. Perhaps.
You know, just like hidden and stuff. What's the next one?
Do
I
their
hate this
uniforms...
dude.
Did I... Do their uniforms include kinetic barriers?
Excuse me?
So I guess I'm trying to think, like, get inside this dude's
Larry
head.
3's head.
Larry-3's psychosis when it comes to Star Trek. And I think what he's asking is, how do they go out on planets or whatever, right? And they can just breathe.
Well, I'm
But-
guessing they test the air beforehand.
Yeah.
Because they have, like, special suits. Because I remember in a original series episode where they go to that frozen planet, they have suits. Like, they have hazmat, like, space like, looking suits and things. So I imagine they test the air before they go down, and if it's breathable, they just don't bother.
Well, yeah, usually before they go on a planet, they're like, the atmosphere's oxygen, we good. So,
Yeah,
like, I don't really know what he means by kinetic barriers. I probably should. I'm probably just dumb right now, but that's fine.
What's the next one?
How does the bridge display the environment around them?
They have a camera on the front of the ship! It's not difficult! It's not rocket science, Larry-3! What the hell? They have a camera! Why do you think when they get hit, it goes out? Because it hits the camera!
The next question is, why are they seeking out new life?
Because they're bored! It's the pursuit of science!
Like,
Once
why do we do anything, Larry?
Why did Columbus and the Vikings explore the rest of the world? Why did that dude in China explore the rest of the world?
Columbus didn't explore shit, Alex.
That's true. That's true. Leif Erikson and Zhang, whatever his last name is, in China, those two, they just wanted to explore. It's in human nature to explore. Christ.
There's a little section here where he stops asking questions and he says, I love space operas, but there's like a possessive apostrophe, which is kind of funny. I love space operas and science fiction. On occasion I watch Star Trek because I usually see it on BBC America. If you want my opinion on, comma, I do not dislike it. It does have its moments. I hope I do not seem slow to Star Trek fans. Oh, well, now I feel like an asshole.
Do. I'm angry at you. Because even I'm not this... Yeah. What's the next question?
Hold on, he repeats some of the questions.
Are you serious? I'm gonna kill Larry-3.
Okay. If the
Pee your
holodeck-
pants, Larry-3.
Where the hallway access? If here it is. Like, do their uniforms include kinetic or atmospheric barriers? I seen them armed with only pistols.
Those are... Those are phasers!
No, they beam
Die!
down. They beam down. Kirk just pulls out a Glock.
Pulls out, like, a Colt, like, stick 'em up, boys.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Okay.
I seen them armed with only pistol. Wait, I want to say that in a southern accent. Give me a sec. I seen them armed with only pistols.
We shouldn't be
Like,
mocking this man. I'm just laughing at the
I'll mock him all I want.
I'm laughing at the idea of them going down and they just have straight up guns. Like,
That would
no
be really
phasers,
funny. No,
just guns.
That's current humanity if we had Starfleet. What's
Oh,
his next question?
They mention Star Wars, so I'm gonna skip it. We don't
The
we don't
series
say that.
must not be named.
We don't talk about that here. Okay, so then he reiterates his last question. Why are they seeking out new life? Is it for diversity? Because I like diverse societies. Are they preparing for a major conflict? That would be really, really interesting too. In Mass Effect, the galaxy had to unite and get war assets to help fight ancient synthetic life over Earth.
Do not compare Star Trek to Mass Effect.
Well, I guess
Please,
that's like a
Larry-3.
thing is people are like, did Star Trek help Mass Effect become popular?
I mean, I guess, because it sparked the interest in sci-fi and you can have alien romances. Speaking of, I need to play Mass Effect sometime. Almost said Star Trek. I need to play Star Trek sometime. I don't know. We just like to explore. We like to meet new things. It's human nature. We like it. Put that on a shirt. Human nature. We like it.
Human nature. More?
More, please. I've had enough for I'm stuffed with culture. Give me more.
Maybe this guy is smarter than us, because at no point did I watch Star Trek and go like, wait a minute. Where are all those windows at?
I'd rather not think like that. But you know what? Maybe this dude's on a higher plane. Maybe Larry-3 has seen the future and he's come back to warn us.
I just think like, I don't know, because maybe he's the better for it. Because I just watch Star Trek and I just accept everything at face value. Like, oh, they don't need, kinetic or atmospheric barriers.
Well, we just explained all his questions.
We didn't explain it so much as we laughed and we're like, oh, silly goose.
No, I tried to explain it the best I could.
But what if we're the silly goose?
We're the Larry-3s?
What if no, stop. What I'm saying is, what if Larry-3 is truly he's really absorbing the series and we just don't get it.
Maybe so. Where are the windows though? God damn it.
What do you mean? Where are the windows, Alex?
You got this rich universe and the thing you pick out is the windows.
Yeah, I'm not upset about the question. I'm upset of all the other questions you could have asked about this series. And the thing you were dying to know is like, but
where are all them windows? Where are all them windows?
What if
Jesus?
What if he's like a design and he just...
You know what? Maybe so. Maybe he's an architectural
and he's
major.
Like, you know what would really open up the bridge? Some more windows.
Yeah. You know, all that radiation poisoning.
Well,
really
I assume they wouldn't
bridge.
be glass, Alex. I assume they would be like special, like viewing screens, like on the bridge.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
I don't know why you're fighting this so much.
I'm just some of these questions, man. Good on you, Larry-3, I guess. Being brave and asking these questions.
Yeah, how could you say something so controversial?
So brave. Yeah, it's so brave.
Larry-3.
Larry-3, our Lord and Savior. I take everything back what I said about you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, honestly, because think about it. How many times do we watch Star Trek as a Star Trek fan and whatever you are? But how many times do we watch Star Trek and just go, yeah, that makes sense because it's Star Trek? Like, like how many times do we really sit back and go like, whoa, that doesn't make any goddamn sense at all?
Well, if you look at it that way, nothing makes sense in Star Trek.
Huh. Well, no, because a lot of the times they actually try to get, like, real professionals on the show to, like, ask them questions like, hey, what would warp speed look like and such and such.
I mean, transporters are absolutely not a thing.
Oh, well, here's the thing, because they sort of disassemble your atoms, and then they reassemble them in image.
I'm amazed there's not more, transporter accidents.
It happens. It definitely happens.
More than they show in the show.
Well, sometimes it's not even like an accident where they get transported and something goes wrong, but like where like their atoms get messed up. But like sometimes they just lose them. Like they're like, oh shit, we lost him.
Oh yeah, like in that Deep Space Nine episode, right? They lost him.
Yeah, but then they found him. But
and then there was that whole thing with Kirk and his evil twin and.
Like in Next Generation, there's like if there's atmospheric interference, which is a fun thing to say, they can't, like, get a lock on them. Like, they can't pick them out on the planet's surface, so they can't transport them that way.
Yeah, or there's just a lot of, like, really sturdy rocks. Like in...
What?
A lot of really sturdy rocks, like in, that Star Trek book you loaned me, Prophecy and Change.
Oh,
where...
well, that was a special... That was a
Yeah,
special
so basically,
kind of mineral.
Yeah, it was a special kind of mineral that, like, blocked out transporter beams and, like, frequent, and, like, comm badges and all that jazz.
Yeah, like, transporters aren't perfect.
But they're absolutely not possible. I would not, and even if they were, I would not trust a man.
They're not possible.
I would not trust, no, I love Scotty with all my heart, but I would not trust anyone to disassemble my atoms and reassemble them in another place.
That sounds like pussy talk.
It is pussy talk.
Are you kidding me? If someone was like, hey, we have the technology, we can
actually, yeah, no, I probably would say yes.
Anywhere,
I would probably say yes, but that's just because I have kind of a death wish, so.
That's what we need Star Trek for, buddy.
Maybe so. Weed out those with the death wish.
Do we have time for another question?
Well, TJ, we're at about 50 minutes.
Are we really?
We are at 50 minutes exactly now.
But I had such a fun time with Larry-3.
I had such a fun time with Larry-3 too. Is this question also from Larry-3? Because I think we can push it if it's also.
No, it's not from Larry-3. So
well,
we're
then
have to save
no,
it.
we're gonna have to save this. I'm very sorry, but making fun of Larry-3 was really fun, really funny.
We weren't making fun of him. We were just.
I was making fun of him.
Having fun with Star Trek.
Well, that's gonna do it for this time then, folks. Good to have you on.
So I get to say goodbye, Alex.
Alright, say goodbye.
Bye.
I hate you. Anyway, folks, that's gonna do it for us. And have a good night. It's good to be back, isn't it? Isn't it?
Goodbye.
You're the worst. Bye.
Just stop. Let it end.
No. Hey there. Thanks for listening.
If you enjoyed this podcast, you can subscribe to us on YouTube or look us up on SoundCloud. Just search Trekkie and a Half.
Or email us at trekkieandahalf@yahoo.com to send us your questions.
We hope you enjoyed it. We sure hope we boldly went.
Bye.
See you next time.